Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the second quarter of 2024. So this will cover April, May, and June. The animal spirit that's coming out to represent this time for you is the spider. This came out for Aries as well. This is a very creative time for you. I feel like you are... I don't know why the message creating communities just came up. Some of you may have a hobby or some sort of creative thing that you like doing, and you're sort of accidentally creating a community around that, whether that be in person, online, etc. So that's very fascinating. I am also seeing here just enjoying life and enjoying the smaller things in life, like hobbies and entertainment. You know, life doesn't have to be all super duper productive. Although I am also seeing with the spider spirit coming out, great abundance coming through, being a breadwinner, putting food on the table, and increased finances. So I don't know if you're getting a raise, a new job, or more clients, more customers, more sales, or even just working more overtime, something like that. But finances just intuitively are feeling a lot better this quarter, which is amazing. The Moonology card that's coming out for you is the Void of Course Moon. Nothing will come of this situation. What are you worrying about, Scorpio? What are you worrying about? Because nothing's going to come from the negativity, the things that you're worrying about. If you're waiting for someone or something to change, I don't feel like they're going to change either. So... well, we'll read more into this. The overall spiritual theme and message of this quarter is the Luminous Warrior in reverse. This came out for another sign as well. I forget which one, but let me read this from the book for you so you have a better understanding of what this Luminous Warrior means when in reverse. The Luminous Warrior has no enemies of this world or the next. He is impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on his light rather than on what hides in the dark. Since he casts no shadow, he is as radiant as the sun and can transform his most terrible enemy into his ally. His power comes not from the sword, but from speaking his truth at all costs. And then having this come out in reverse, it's giving you a medicine, a slice of wisdom to take with you during this quarter. Are you being tempted by your emotions to follow your lower instincts? Are you being invited to enter into a quarrel with someone? Put your sword away. This is not a time for battle. Your enemy is not who you think it is. Do not act from a place of anger that will damage your relationships and hurt the ones that you care for. Find the truth hiding in your heart that will affirm your instinct for peace rather than war. Scorpio. Contrary to many of the other readings that I've done for this quarter, this is not a time for you to cut people off. This is not a time for you to burn bridges. If you need space from certain individuals, or you just feel called to focus on individuals and situations that serve you much greater in this time in your life, then by all means go for it. But this is not a time to shatter perfectly healthy and happy, harmonious relationships. Even right before your reading, I was reading a comment, like literally right before your reading, I was reading a comment on YouTube where someone was saying that they love their soulmate, they're on like a twin flame journey with them, and they both come from very different cultures and backgrounds, and therefore have completely different minds, and the way that they think about things are so incredibly different from each other. And the challenge within that is learning how to work together. So some of you, if you're dealing with someone with an incredibly different background from you, your challenge is definitely going to be to cultivate peace with them as opposed to war, okay? And also you're being asked to recognize that you're not always right. Sometimes people just have different viewpoints, fields of thinking, okay? Worlds of thinking, and that's totally fine. What can you share with this person or these people? What bridges those gaps? That's what you should be focusing on. Or you could even focus on other people, other things, you know, instead of the differences you have, focus on what you have similarly. Very interesting. You don't need to burn bridges. You just need to understand each other better and communicate in a way that you both understand. And ask very, very directly for your particular needs and wants to be met from this person or people, whatever it may be. We're going to pull 6 cards, 2 rows of 3, from the Good Tarot. They're all face down on the table. I haven't seen any of them, so let's see what they show. We have Temptation coming out in reverse. Wow. I actually love this card in reverse. This is the Devil in reverse. And I feel like you are undoing a lot of negative patterns and beliefs and thoughts and relationships that exist in your life. You are healing them. You are becoming healthier and whole, and I feel that the toxicity that you may have shared in certain connections and things it's really draining away. Some of you find yourself in a happier, more positive work environment. I'm also seeing here the people around you who may have operated on a more toxic or negative cycle. They're really working to improve their life. I'm seeing things like addictions in other people or yourself are melting away, choosing discipline over addiction, discipline and consciousness over addiction and subconscious choices just to stimulate your mind thoughtlessly. So that is beautiful. Some of you may be cutting back on things that aren't super duper healthy for you. Anything that's an escape for you, you may be cutting back on. So sugar, alcohol, caffeine, video games, porn, whatever your escape is, I see you backing away from that. Some of you I'm also seeing are backing away from mindless dating. Okay, dating just for the stimulation of it. And you're sort of settling into more routine, more healthy-minded solutions. We have the Nine of Earth in reverse. Okay, so you're not 100% happy with your financial situation. Some of you, your income may be great, but your expenses, the cost of living may be quite a bit, or debts may still be present for you. So there is a element here of wanting to get yourself out of debt. Some of you may be getting yourself out of debt or trying to this quarter, trying to save up for something, save up for a certain change in life. We have the Four of Air coming out in reverse here. Very interesting. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. There's something coming through about the bedroom. This has been weirdly coming through for a lot of signs. Or another sign had this message that's so specific, which is a change to your bedroom, like a new mattress or air purifier, or getting rid of things like carpets and stuff that may clog your nose, especially if you have pets. It's so important to have like air purifiers and change your sheets regularly, and it'll just help you sleep so much better. I am seeing that the need to increase your quality of sleep and no longer staying up super late at night, scrolling on your phone or playing video games or whatever it is that you do. Second row of cards out, we have the World. Fascinating. I don't know why I get the image of a lot of you like paying off a debt and then immediately booking a vacation. That's very expensive. Which is fine. I'm not judging you. But also I see you completely starting a whole new chapter in life. This has been the theme for every single sign. Completely starting a brand new chapter in life that is much more healthy and letting go of the old toxicity. And this is coming out underneath that Temptation card in reverse. So you're releasing old toxic patterns and relationships, and it seems like a new life will be emerging for you. It feels like the people around you as well are possibly more so making changes. This came out for you in another reading as well, where I think we talked about how the people around you are making big life changes because it's better for them. So they could be moving, they could be leaving their job, they could be leaving a relationship, whatever, and it's going to affect you in some way. So this message is coming out now twice for you. Very interesting. So it's like the people around you are making healthier, better choices, leaving toxic relationships, and that may change everything. I got a specific example that's coming up. Some of you may have a really good friend, a best friend, who is in a relationship that isn't the healthiest, and they may be leaving that relationship, and to help them console, you may actually book a trip with them. I totally can see something like that happening, like a road trip or some sort of like weekend getaway type of vibe, a cruise even, like something really awesome like that. So there is a lot of travel here, or travel plans being made, which is very exciting. Okay, we have the Eight of Water in reverse. Yeah, definitely travel. And we see here there is a ship that is sort of, I don't know if it's coming towards them or what, but guys, the same message has been coming out for so many people. The need to follow your instincts, even if it's not comfortable. There is a wanderlust within you, a desire for change, for stimulation, for new stories to be told in your life. Just something to change up the routine, spice up the routine. And you're sort of resisting this a little bit because you're afraid that it may hurt the people around you. But I also see you're trying to consciously create novelty in your life that isn't going to put you in debt or have you break up with someone or break all of these ties up. It's like you want to seek novelty, but not in a way that's destructive or overly spontaneous to the point where it, isn't, it like throws you off your rocker. You know what I mean? So very fascinating. Final card out is Patience. Yes, what a beautiful card for everything that we just read about. I'm getting the story of this quarter, April, May, and June of 2024, where a lot of you are getting your finances in order, but at the same time, you're planning really big travel and exciting adventures. Some of you may be doing this traveling and exciting adventures during this quarter, which is exciting. And you just need to be patient with yourself and balance out this wanderlust, novelty-seeking energy with the stability and all of the good things that you've built up for yourself. You don't need to throw it away just because you're seeking novelty. For example, like if you pay off all your credit cards, all of your debts, and then you suddenly want to go on a trip, like don't then put yourself back in debt to go on that trip. Like save money up now and then spend that money on the trip. So I hope that makes sense for you. Have some patience with yourself when it comes to this. We even have a star here, and the star is symbolic of achievement and self-esteem, treating yourself, and recognizing that you can do anything that you set your mind to. So also, I see an increased amount of grace, patience, and acceptance towards your closest companions in life. Like I said, some of you may have been having some slight hiccups with your partners or best friends, closest people around you, because you just speak different soul languages. The way you think is very, very different. And at times, like, you just don't understand why they do the things that they do. But now you're more accepting and graceful of this and acknowledging, you know what? They do the things they do because they're them. They have their own unique experiences, and there's nothing that I can do to change that. This is why I love them, because of how they are different from me. And I feel like you're becoming a lot more accepting of people's different ways of thinking. But so it was challenging for you in the past because it's like your closest loved ones. And I think at times we just want our closest loved ones to make the same decisions that we would make. And we have to have the grace and the respect to allow them to make their own choices and trust them that they are making the best choices for them. And even if they aren't making the best choices for them, you have to trust that that's their journey, and they'll learn, they'll evolve, they'll grow. Everyone's on their own path in life, and all we can do is respect all of the individuals in our life, even if we're super duper close with them. We have to respect the fact that they think very differently from us and that they know what they're doing for themselves, okay? So I see an increased patience and grace with the people around you, which may actually save a few friendships and relationships in your life at this time. And it'll be quite entertaining to connect with them. So thank you for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this quarter ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.